Right, so I have returned after sorting out what's happening outside, but yes, so we are back today covering another chapter of Kakegurui, this chapter being chapter 3. YouTube has just kicked in. So as we know, Jabami, because I've realised that actually the version I was reading spelt her name incorrectly. It's not Giabami, it's actually, hello! It's actually Jabami. I was like, oh, okay. I was completely incorrect with my philosophy. It was actually, so it's actually Jabami. So Jabami beat the last person, and now we've got introduced to the student council, who seemed kind of terrifying because there's one person with a mask, and I was like, yeah, not to be trusted. And he also got like a little titchy girl, which is like, just signs for, yeah, this means business, and all those kind of alarm bells. So yeah, hopefully this Mango does something again, and does actually something pretty freaking great like last time, because there was that one bit that was actually pretty freaking great. I was like, hey, good job. Also reading it not on Batato this time. It was actually even better because, god freaking hell, Batato really slows down my entire Mac to a point of a grinding halt. I'm like, I need to get rid of this computer one day. Because it's just, it don't do nothing properly. It don't work. So I do apologize for delaying my stream. Just certain things just came up just at, like, all at once. I was like, oh, alright, okay. I was kind of taken aback. So I was like, oh, alright, I get it. Because I'm trying to schedule everything that I want to cover before I leave for Spain on Saturday. So I've got to kind of schedule literally everything beforehand. It's just getting to the point of my brains is like, go, I don't know, I've got to cover JoJo, I've got to cover Sangatsu, I've got to cover Fate Aprocipher as well. I've got to do a lot before I leave. It's actually quite a bit going on. So I'm kind of like, I'm going to cry inside a little bit. Got to cover one more volume of JoJo. That's the only kind of easy part. But then I've also got to do Sangatsu, which I think is like the longest one I've got to do. And I've got to also do Fate Aprocipher. So that's that. That's that. Anyhow, that's enough of me dwelling on my own life and how it's gonna crumble around me. Let's begin with chapter 3. The slit-eyed girl. So, Jabami-san, you're really amazing at gambling. Let's have some tea and chat about stuff. There's this nice cafe nearby that makes great cake. Want to go there after school? Yeah, I'd be glad to go with you. But I've got plans today, so let's do it another time. A week later. Second year Cherry Blossom class is still concentrating on Yumeko, while Satomi has made a house pet and dropped to low class. Ah, the end of the day chime. So, Susie-san, would you mind showing me around the academy again today? Sure, no problem. Huh? We could show you around the academy too, you know. Thank you for the offer, but I'd like for Susie's-san to do it. Oh, sure, I don't mind. Why me though? This is the tea ceremony room, but after school the traditional culture club turns into a gambling den. If you want to play Hanafuda or dice games, this is a place. Welcome to the Traditional Culture Club. Yeah, Traditional Culture Club. I thought I said the word wrong then. I was like, I said it wrong 3 times. No, but no, I said it right. You are in luck, honoured guests. There is a public match in progress right now. How about heading over to watch it? A public match? Oh, that's right, Yumeko, you don't know. A public match is the one and only thing house pets have the right to. Oh, okay, that sounds interesting. House pets have the right to challenge any person in gambling once. As long as the bet is a reasonable amount, no one is allowed to refuse these challenges. However, student council members customarily take part in these challenges without a high limit. So house pets are given a shot to make large turnarounds for themselves through a single high-stakes game. Through a single high-stakes game. So though a single high-stakes game through a high-stakes game. That's correct. And right now, the person undertaking one such challenge is our very own resident, who also happens to be a student council member, Yoriko Nishiono Toin-sama. The current wager is 10 million yen. What's the matter? You've still got plenty of chances to turn things around. It's far too early for you to consider giving up. Shut up. Ah. Satomi. Ah, Satomi's actually playing. That's interesting. Right, my water just fell down almost. So I said it's going to be a really kind of a massive predicament, even more than my life already. She's doing a public match against a student council member? She really was driven against the wall, huh? This is bad. She's got 168 chips to my 32. At this rate, I'm going to lose. I'll be ruined. Come on now, no need to make such an angry face. This is the first time we've gambled in a while. Why not enjoy it? Damn, she's speaking such damn nonsense. There's a difference of 136 chips. In a game like this, where we predict the numbers of dice, there's really no skill involved. So why is this game so one-sided? It's a bit slow, but Nishinotoin certainly is winning a bit by bit. So unless I just have really bad luck, then the only thing I can think of behind this is that she's cheating. Dun dun dun! How much will you wager? I don't know how she's doing it. I don't have any proof of it, but can I still turn this around? 32 chips. My, you're betting all of your remaining chips? It seems the end of the match is near then. Are you okay with wagering 32 chips? Yes, of course. Alright, I'll be putting 10 swords into the cup. Huh, this is actually a new game. Now then, the swords are placed. 10, 9, 8, it started. Now all that's left is 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. No more bets. I see. I've concentrated 6 chips on only 5 different swords. I'm covering less possibilities, but the return is much higher. I'm heavily relying on luck here, but it's the only strategy I've got left. I have to win the match in one go to not to give her the chance to cheat. Now it's your turn to feel fear. Yuriko Nishion. Her name will always be forever complicated me to say. So Yuriko Nishino Torin. Ho ho ho. How scary. What? What's with her? Why is she so composed? Don't tell me. God, there's no way. 2, 4, 8, 16, 22. Anyone is fine. Now then, please let one of my numbers come up. The results. 22. Well, look at that. You chose correctly. However, you have chosen a number of death. Oh, okay. Huh? Ho ho ho. This is an original game we at the Traditional Culture Club have come up with. We call it Life or Death. Allow me to explain. Endless swords are falling from the sky, and in this game we are trying to catch them, but can also be hit by them. If a sword you've caught has its blade facing your opponent, it's a scene worthy of great applause. However, if the blade happens to be facing you, my condolences. Since the blade happens to be inside 22, the result is death. You bet 6 chips on it, so you suffer a 30x penalty. You're 180 chips in the hole, Satomi-sama. That's 18 million yen. If you include Yuriko-sama's winnings, that's a total of 49,600,000 yen. The game is over. God damn, she's literally she's... I mean, god damn, it's like, that's worse than university debt. Jesus Christ, I mean, how much is that? Alexa, how much is 49,600,000 yen in pounds?
49,600,000 Japanese yen is 338,280 pounds.
Jesus Christ! That's a lot of money! Thanks, Alexa. Jesus Christ, that's more than the university debt than 7 years. Jesus Christ. 9, 18, 27, wait. Yeah, way more. Jesus Christ, man. I feel sorry for her right now. 49,600,000 yen? Even if she worked her whole life, she might not be able to pay that. Even if she tries to pay the student council, it'll just go to her debt. So now Satomi's fate is sealed. She's going to be a house pet for the rest of her life. Jesus Christ. Well played, Satomi-san. I will be in contact with you later to arrange payment. Someone show her outside. I no longer have business with her. Satomi-sama, allow me to show you the way out. Still, damn. Satomi-sama, you're disturbing the other guests. Don't touch me! When did this get so crazy? I was living out an interesting life, ruling over the idiots in my class, going to this prestigious school and having connections with was supposed to make everything in my life go well. I could have easily paid the student council to be released, but that wouldn't have given me back the status I once held. I should have attempted this match. If only I didn't dream of getting my old life back. No, that's not it. My mistake was getting involved with that girl Yumeko Jabami. Woohoo! Well, now that's the nuisance. Well, now that the nuisance is gone, you're Yumeko Jabami's son, right? I've heard lots of rumors about you lately. Welcome to Traditional Culture Club. Student council knows about her. Nice to meet you. Is there something you need? I guess that's a silly question. We call this game Life or Death. What do you think? Would you care to play against me? Life or death, huh? Looks like you can wind up winning or losing more money than you bet, right? Even though Satomi only bet 10 million yen, she's wound up losing 49,600,000 yen. It's a pretty risky game, Yumeko. That sounds fun. I'd love to play. Of course she would. At this point, why wouldn't she? Sounds about right. It's just like her to accept challenge so quickly. Very well prepared the game. Oh god, music's playing outside as well. Very well prepared the game filled Kumagusu-san. Understood. Still, man, oh man. Now then, I'll explain the rules. First 10 sword-shaped pieces are put in. First, 10 sword-shaped pieces are put into the dice cup and dropped onto the board. There are several holes on the board numbered 1 through 30. You place bets on which numbers you think the swords will fall in. Board holes 1 to 30. Put simply, it's a game like roulette or dice where you try to guess the number that will come up. However, the interesting part about Life or Death is, when the sword is facing upwards, it's considered life, and your winnings increase by 30-fold. When the sword is facing downwards, it's considered death, and your losses increase by 30-fold. In other words, you pay your opponent 30 times as much. When you get life, you take the sword into your hands, and you can attack your opponent. If I say the word correctly. When you get death, the blade sticks into you, and you get injured. That's the idea behind the game. There's a specific rule regarding betting. Before each game, both players must agree on the amount of chips bet. X chips, okay. Then this round will be X chips. Once the adjudicator starts shaking up the cup, we have 10 seconds to place our bets. If the number you bet on is life, not only do you get your winnings, you also get the chips you bet back. If a number you bet is on death, or simply not stabbed at all, your chips go to your opponent. If you either play against 0 or less chips, the difference between player balance is settled and the game is over. Ooh. And finally, let's figure out how much we'll be betting. Small amounts are pretty boring, so why don't we go with 40 million yen? That's fine. Let's go with 40 million. Huh? Oh, man. She's crazy. The girl will be crazy. I mean, I understand the fact that she loves the idea of, loves the thrill of it all, but still, it's kind of borderline insanity when you think about it. Like, calm down a bit, fam. Like, you're gonna wind up in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it's all gonna go completely, like, I don't freaking know, pear-shaped. That's how they got down least. She loses, it's all over for her. The day she transferred in, it was 10 million, then 30, then 20 million, and now this. Is she just doubling the amount every time she plays a game? Emotions, normal people feel like attachment to money and fear of losing it. It's almost like Yumeko doesn't feel them at all. Oh, one more thing. Since we're betting so much, how about we use 1 million yen chips? 1 million yen chips, 1 million yen chips, 40 of them, so that means with them being worth 30 times as much, it could take as little as 2 chips to finish the game. Very well, I see you want a short match. Here you go. Since this is your first time playing Life or Death, I'll give you a hint. In every round, only about 2 or 3 swords on average will stick into the board. If you don't bet on lots of numbers, the chances of you winning will not be very great. I see. I make sure to remember that during the game. Now then, what shall we do for the first wager? Would you like to decide, Yumeko-san? Let's see. To try things out, I'll start with 10 chips. Try things out, that's 10 million yen. Oh man. She's lost it. She's lost the plot. The 2 of you are ready, yes? Now then, I'll toss the 10 swords in. They're down. 10, 9, 6, 4, 5. What's she doing? She needs to bet. Okay, I'll go with this. 0. That's it. No more bets. Looks like you were having a bit of trouble there. Did you manage to come up with some plan? Yeah. The cup is a bit shallow on the edges. So physically speaking, the chance of the swords going into the smaller number in the middle is higher. It doesn't really matter if it's life or death. If there's no match, it'll be a boring match. I'm not exactly the most patient person. I pray that doesn't wind up causing you a disadvantage. Now then, the results. Life on 17, death on 30. Yumeko didn't get anything, huh? And Nishi no Dorin-san. Ugh. So close. If she had picked one number higher, she would have won. And by betting 1 chip, she would win 30 million yen. Since neither of our numbers were chosen, no chips change hands. So, close though. Then let's do another. Yumeko, I can't sit here and watch this. Please quit this foolish game. Unfortunately, she cannot do that. As I explained earlier, the game continues until one of us has 0 chips or less. But, Suzy-san, you've no need to worry. The amount of money isn't that big of a deal. Why don't you sit back and enjoy the game? Huh? Really? She really is kind of going borderline. Like, she's like, stop, it's okay. Just enjoy it. It's kind of like, yeah, but you're betting your life away practically, girl. Huh? During her game with Tsuragi, she said she didn't have 20 million yen, though. Was that a lie? Or did she make some money without me knowing? Plus, this game is fun because of the excessive number of chips that change hands. It would be a way to stop part way. Indeed it would. Your name is Suzy-san, is it not? It's hard to explain in words, but the thrill of knowing that money beyond your wildest dreams could change hands at a single drop of a cup, it needs to be experienced to believe, I think. Isn't that right, Yumeko-san? Yes, it feels like it could become addictive. I don't understand them, however. Your way of doing things is terrible. He's only just realised that as well. Huh? Excuse me? What did you say? I said you're terrible. Because in that public match, you were the one who suggested you you two played this game. I'm fairly certain Satomi-san challenged you to a public match in order to get back her honor. And if that's the case, there was no reason for you to choose a game like this that could easily compound her losses. You're the type of person who would give a person hope when they're down, but then beat them down even further than they were. You're no better than a loan shark. Nishino Torin-san. I'm not aware of the full extent of your gambling prowess, but as a person, you're the lowest of the low. You are the human equivalent of excrement. Holy crap! You're the human equivalent of excrement. Oh man! How rude! Yuriko-sama, kick this woman out. Eek! I love her. I swear to God. She gets better with every single chapter. Like, you just can't help but not love her at this point. That's the end. Oh boy. I kind of like how it's structured now as well, because it's not just doing the whole entire game in the actual chapter. It's actually kind of keeping bits and bobs for, like, kind of later on. It's actually kind of freaking neat, but oh man. Oh, it just gets better and better. I mean, there was no twist to kind of talk about in this chapter, but still, it was kind of one of those chapters where you just got to kind of see some past characters come back in even more worse situations than beforehand, because now Satomi's son's practically screwed in no short term. She is literally in a doghouse at this point. She's not getting out of there for a very long time, unless by some miraculous fluke that in the end Yumeko actually helps her kind of go, look, okay fam, I know you're a bit crazy as well, but here's some money, now pay back the debts. But it kind of just proves to you that literally everyone's a little bit of a loose cannon in this goddamn school as well, because everyone is literally borderline insane. Because like, you don't technically see it as appearances, because the appearances do fool you, which is one of the evident themes of this manga. Is the idea of appearances and how they do tend to fool people, because in the end, you don't tend to actually kind of see Yumeko as this insane character, this character who you can't really ever kind of trust in a way. Like, you don't know whether or not to actually trust her or not. It's the same thing with the Nishino Torin as well. She looked as if she was alright. I mean, yeah, she did have at times when she was a little bit crazy, but she was kind of still okay. But then beneath the surface, she's, as Yumeko says, no better than a goddamn loan shark. She is literally the equivalent of excrement at this point. So you kind of get at that point that the appearances are meant to deceive you, because you're meant to kind of go, well, I meant to trust her, but I can't trust her, and I kind of feel bad for the other characters who I didn't originally feel bad for. So then it kind of puts perspective that you kind of do feel bad for everyone else who she's actually flopped this whole entire point, because once you put into perspective what she's doing to them, it kind of then makes you feel even more sorry. Like, in essence, you feel even more sorry for Satomi's son, because at this point she won't get out of the debt she had. I mean, she was in debt already. Like, she was in debt. Granted, yes, she cheated, which kind of does alleviate some of the actual kind of attachment we have to her, but still, she was in debt. She was in very much a lot of debt, but now she's 300 grand in debt in pounds money. Like, she's not getting out of there in a long time, because damn. So you do generally feel sorry for her, and it kind of puts perspective that since she's gone there, she's kind of like shaken up this whole entire school to a point that no one really ever imagined it could be that way, because if Yumeko never went there, maybe everyone would continue the way they were continuing. Like, in essence, yeah, Satomi would be a complete douche, but she wouldn't be in the situation she's in right now, which actually just kind of changed her character ever so slightly. Same thing goes with Sumeragi as well. Like, so it happens. So you're meant to side with Yumeko, but at the same time, you kind of feel as if you're beating these characters, and then you've kind of driving them into a wall that will never ever get out of. Even more so now, because look at what happens to Satomi. So yeah, that's what that does. And I actually quite like the games they're doing right now as well, because one of the things, again, I like about gambling, I don't really like the idea of gambling, but I kind of like the games themselves, the kind of thing I'm getting at, is the idea of the games and how they can actually change. That not really every single game is exactly the same. It's actually kind of neat, because you just get to see the differences in these games. Like, in essence, same thing with, there's always like a different variation of every single game. It's actually kind of interesting to see them all play out, and even at this high stakes game as well, because again, what this manga does, it kind of presents the idea of high stakes. Not everything is kind of cut and dry. Like, they could in theory just go forward as manga and nothing really happens to any of the characters, but because the stakes are so high, it kind of makes it even more enjoyable. That's why the kind of the gambling and also the twists are so great to actually kind of witness, because you're kind of seeing these, you're kind of seeing these high stakes play out, and you kind of see what it does to the characters afterwards. So yeah, all in all, pretty freaking great. So yes, this probably will be the last chapter I cover before I go on holiday. So I will probably do 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever freaking hell it goes up to when I come back. Do not worry. I know this one kind of dips down in length, so I actually probably might be able to cover more chapters as time goes on. So in essence, in one stream, possibly cover like 5 chapters instead of just 1. So probably just do that as time goes on. So yeah, so if you actually have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, Jesus Christ, I hit my radiator, then do leave a like, because indeed it does me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here and you want to stay a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does me quite a bit. But until next time, I shall see you guys later. Bye for now.